college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent, and we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Seminoles offense takes the field for the first time today. Typically, you don't think of an offense built around its tight end, but they got no production from there last week. They'll need that to improve in this one, David.
Yeah, he's a chain mover. He's a red zone threat. That big old body, man, he's a matchup problem. So they definitely need to find a way to make sure that they're feeding the big fella, that they're using him in different ways. And listen, balance on offense is good. Still use the receivers. But, Jesse, they can't forget about that deal.
No, and I don't think you have to all of a sudden panic and all of a sudden reinvent your playbook offensively. You just got to execute better, and you got to give him more opportunities. I think that was one of the biggest problems their last game out. They just didn't throw it his way enough. That has to change today. He should be targeted really early in this game.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I love defenses that can tackle the catch right away. They're not giving up any yak. As soon as that player has the ball, he goes down now.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Dropping back, it's Calandria. Fires to the wideout. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Now, if you're going to defend the slant route, you've got to be physical near the line of scrimmage. You saw that on defense there.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Wants to bring it back. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. So Alabama's offense has the ball for the first time. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
And a nice second effort by the back to break and tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are...
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Fires the pass, intercepted. He'll try to take it back. The tag, and he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Florida State.
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical and not only can he play downhill to stop the run, this guy is a weapon in pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can't this guy do?
And the extra point is good.
First and 5.
5 yards. 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 So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. There he goes! Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Really nice run there. No, listen, modern-day college football, I know it's all about spread offense and throwing the football and going up tempo and scoring quickly, but, man, you think back to Bear Bryant in Alabama, doesn't it always seem like they've always wanted to establish the run game? They have always wanted to be physical. Bear Bryant would have loved this guy in his backfield. With his physical style of running, man, he fits that just perfect.
To the air, it's Russell. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
This definitely isn't the start they drew up. I mean, you already throw a pick six, now you get sacked. Man, they're going to have to find a way to settle this quarterback down, get something going offensively. So far, not a lot of positives to point to.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Snags it quickly on the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
For an offense, slant routes against man coverage are really a rhythm and flow. You take your steps, you get the ball out, it's got to be in a good location. Quarterback and receiver on the same page there.
They'll run play action. Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Seminoles want to crank the tempo.
Well, nice job hauling that pass in. I'll tell you, he keeps defenses on their heels. He really does. His speed is so scary. And I think back to my days in college. We used to play against the Seminoles when they had Peter Warrick and Lavernian schools. And because of their game-breaking ability, it put so much pressure on our defense. I'll tell you, this guy's good enough to, I think, have played on that Seminole offense, and he would have gotten some looks. This guy can make some plays.
The Seminoles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to throw again. Grabbed over the middle. It's Braswell. Strong, firm tackle.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback on the keeper, fighting off the defender. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
Caught near the sticks. It's Robinson. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know it.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, no!
And I love the bounce back for this offense. We lost a week ago. Let's put that in the rearview mirror. That game's gone. Let's improve. Let's get better. So far in this first half, they've done just that.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, every game in the SEC so vital to a team's season, and this one is no different. Oklahoma rolled to a victory, and after putting up this kind of win, there has to be some Heisman buzz around a program that produced 4 winners of the award between 2003 and 2018. Each week in the SEC, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out today again, guys, with another good team taking one on the chin.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. From the gun, running back on the move. That's a live ball. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
Defensive coordinators always preach swatting and batting at the football and trying to punch it out, trying to dislodge the ball from the ball carrier, and boy, they did it right there.
Great place to start for this offense. Scanning the field, it's Calandria. Got it in the middle, it's Braswell. He's like a pinball with attitude out there, hammering ahead to the 30.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Tough sliding near as he picks up 1 to the 29.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
And just let that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
And this one is perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And he was off target there, but I tell you what, I'll expect to see more of that. They do a really good job in this offense of getting the running back the football in the passing game. Just let him make plays, let him be a difference maker, ball getting to him in space. So I expect we'll see more of that throughout this game.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Wants to throw, it's Russell. Snagged in the middle, it's Hale. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Leaves it with the back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down and the defense thinks you might be running a football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Using his legs, it's Young. Got enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on third down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Give to the running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better.
Turning it on! And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be first and goal from the 7.
And I like it. Third down and short, and this offense stays aggressive, and now they're set up. Forget the field goal. We're not looking.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into you.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are...
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. I'll tell you, you don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D-linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of the guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin, playing on the inside of Alabama's defensive line. You knew every single time you dropped back, you were going to have that guy in your lap. He was always pushing the pocket, and he was always collapsing it with his speed and athleticism and his first step. That last play right there reminds me of some of these great players we've seen on the Crimson Tide D-line here in recent years.
And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back gets to give. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line gets set, first down. Looking for a man. It's Calandria. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. He's across the 30 and out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
you see, this is what great defenses do. Great defenses swarm to the football. So when you do miss a tackle, it's not the end of the world. There's another guy right there to wrap him up. Great defenses seem like they got 12 guys on the field. Nice job swarming to the football, engulfing the running back.
Got his man downfield. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Seminoles will hustle to the line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in the recent history, but this team back in the day, man, Doak was rocking. Everybody wanted to be a Florida State Seminole.
The Noles started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield, it's Calandria. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. Quarterback empties his backfield. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Odom. And a little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Oh, they're after him. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
Finding open areas. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. So after the penalty, a little extra ground to cover on first down. The give out of the gun. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Motion from the wide receiver. Now the play fake. Looking to the big tight end. Working that left side. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but the Q did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it. And that's what froze the linebackers in the second level of the defense to help make that completion a whole lot easier.
Got some room into the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, you've got to lock in.
Able to pick up a couple on first down, 2nd and 8 from their own 27. Looking to pass, it's Calandria. Throws to the wideout. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Noles line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Cradles it at the 35. Makes a move. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Still looking on the move. Finds his tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Past the 1st down marker and still running. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks. Down to the 26-yard line and a 1st down. They'll ride the hot hand. Brings him to the open. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
Well, right away after picking up the 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to do.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bama! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield, it's Calandria. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces 2nd down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Just a short pass to the tight end. Slips one guy, now he's loose. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Braswell. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. downfield again. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Seminoles will punt this one away. And the returner is stopped. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They are dialed in on this drive, a couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Back to pass, it's Russell. Got it in the middle, it's Williams. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out route. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back open in the middle. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. They're in the red zone and they'll pass it. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown time.
This offense looks like they're in a rhythm. Whatever they've been dialing up here in the first half, they've had a lot of success with. You saw it on that last drive here at the end of the second quarter. Scoring a touchdown, they're going to be difficult to stop in the second half, and the defense needs to start making adjustments.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a great one today from there in Tuscaloosa.
The Seminoles will line up to kick off and start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just...
There he goes! He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
And because of the success that this quarterback has had early in this game running the football, if I'm the coordinator calling plays, I'm dialing up his number more. Design runs, and also telling him on the sidelines, hey, listen, remember, if it's not open, take off. Just go get it yourself. They don't have an answer for you right now. This is a big key for us to win this game.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
And the third down pass is incomplete.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play.
Yeah, just playing the field position game. Nice job angling it toward the sideline so it doesn't go into the end zone. That thing rolls down inside the 10. Really nice punt. Yes, I said something positive about it.
Because it's got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Using his legs, it's Strasburg. Finds a hole, and he'll pick up 6 out to the 8-yard line. The Seminoles want to pick up the tempo. To throw, it's Calandria. Under fire. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. And the Seminoles decide to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll send the back in motion. To the air on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's Edwards. Turning it on. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. From the shotgun, the inside give. Gets it past the marker. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles. And those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Looking to throw, it's Russell. Got enough space, and he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? So that touchdown nullified by the penalty in the red zone. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He did not make it. A stone wall on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Nestled just inside that right upright. And now the lead is even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down score. All of a sudden, your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Looking to fire. The sure hands, it's Jacobs. And they're able to get him on the ground.
Well, the offense able to pick up some extra yards after that curl throw there because the QB got into his guy early. He was able to turn around, make a guy miss, and go pick up some gap.
To the air, it's Calandria. He'll off one deep down the left side. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9.
Well, the offense is finding success throwing this guy's way. He just had a massive, massive play, his longest catch of the game. And I think if you're on offense, you got to keep looking this guy's way. He's now starting to prove that he's eating his guy alive in coverage, and he needs more touches.
Here's a heat. He wants it all. Touchdown Seminoles. Fitted in the window for the score.
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. He found his open target. Accurate throw in 2 plays through the air, and they've got 6 points on the board.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. They'll try the run. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll move the wide receiver. He'll keep it himself. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
Hey, sometimes your quarterback's getting flustered and running all over the place, and that's the reason your offense isn't successful. Not that time. They had plenty of time to throw. Now let's see if we can get some execution at him moving forward.
Looking down the middle. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Finds the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Seminoles with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Makes the grab. It's Robinson. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. The Noles, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Caught in the backfield, it's McCoy.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26. High crowd, roaring noise, down on the Saban field on third down. Off the play fake. Rushes on him. Took a shot as he threw. And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. They say you could call holding on every play, Well, they did on that one. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. To the air, it's Calandria. That's caught. It's Robinson. Will not get close. Tackled at the 28-yard line. It's fourth down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Smashes it between the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. They'll run it from the gun. Oh, he's got some space. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he finds no running room at all, and the third quarter is over. Maybe more open spaces coming in the fourth. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So the final period starts with a second down play.
29 Philly.
They'll run it from the gun. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a third and long. Trying to pick up a first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off play action. Fires to the end zone. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. So the O-lineman got a little too far downfield. It wipes out the touchdown, and they'll back it up 5. Now on third down for this offense. Back to pass, it's Russell. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. On the board. That gives them now a 7-point lead here in the final period.
Well, that's a huge kick right there because now the opponent has to score a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. That put so much pressure on the opponent. Nice job by the special teams going out and executing in a big moment.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
And oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got to
throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Power football with the run. Shakes off the defender. He's stopped again. He's had a busy night, if not necessarily a productive one so far. The dominant offense on the defensive front reminds me of Jonathan Allen against Mississippi State in 15. Had like 3 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, and 7 solo stops.
And it reminds you of every Alabama defense you watch. This is a team that they are going to stop the run. If you run the ball with success, they're going to bring more guys and be more aggressive, and you can tell they're not going to let this running game get them.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Special teams coming through as they pin them back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. Here comes that Alabama offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo.
Breaks into the open. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Caught over the middle. It's Horton. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. To the air. It's Russell. The throw to the outside is complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Out of the gun, the inside give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that's 2 really good plays in a row by this defense. So you've come up big. You've forced a 3rd down. One more big stop. Now I can get him to punt the football, give my offense a chance to go down the field and to score some points.
Well, you got to think in his mind right now, ball security is at a premium, right? He's had a problem with that earlier in this game, but with the lead now late in the game, yards aren't as important as taking care of the football. I think he's doing a better job of that now late.
They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the 1st down.
You know, you always talk about risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on 4th down right there and getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
Looking to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Hale. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Give to the back. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
And with the lead late in this football game, I expect to see more of this from this offense. And what am I telling my running back, who's already put the ball on the ground once today? 2 hands on the football. We're not fighting for all this extra yardage. Like, protect the football. We cannot put that thing on the deck.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
This offense is going to try and stretch the field vertically and horizontally. They did there throwing it to their running back, but the defense, they were in perfect position to make that play for no gain.
Red behind the line. It's Williams. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
And I like what this offense did, man. They stayed aggressive. They were trying to get the 1st down through the air. But here's the good thing now. You punt the football away. You trust your defense. You got the lead late in this football game. One more stop, and there's a good chance you get the double.
He's not going to get there, and they'll have to give up the football. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. On the gun. The running back has it. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. From the gun, to give, looking for room. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still, just a very short gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Looking for a man. It's Calandria. Fires to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a first down.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll give it to the back. Can't get him to the ground. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
And these linebackers, man, the reason they're winning this football game is they've been swarming. You watch them, they're downhill, not missing many tackles. They've really dominated the run game, and that's why they're winning this football.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Davis. There he goes. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some first downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Braswell. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. After getting moved back, it's 1st and 20. Leaves it with the running back. Ripping through the defense. And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. Man, at this stage of the game, does that hurt to have 6 points taken off the board? Now they've got to regroup and try to get it in again. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some power.
The offense pops it up, and they were on the move. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
How about the defense coming up in the clutch? I need a stop. They can go down the field and tie this game up. I'm in a tough situation. How do I respond? Forcing the turnover. Offense, go do your thing. Get me a first down. Finish this ball game.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Got a man. It's Williams. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. The defense calls a timeout, trying to get itself organized. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And in the season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum, continue to grow as the season goes on.
Yeah, David, it's all about building confidence, and it's really important for these players to go out, work hard in practice, and see that hard work really pay itself off on game day. This is a team that's really starting to believe in itself.